Have you ever wondered why love is both the most beautiful thing and also the most confusing aspect of life? Why do some relationships remain bonded forever, while others break apart even after giving their all? Have you ever asked yourself whether the man beside you is being attracted to you? Sometimes, feelings are not expressed in extravagant declarations, but in small, silent yet meaningful actions. The way he gazes at you, the care for every little detail in your life, or the unexpected protective gestures, all these are unmistakable signs. If you're curious to know if he truly likes you, let's explore the unmistakable signs that he cannot hide. Welcome to the channel, Sophia's Knowledge, and my name is Sophia. This is the place where every story, every lesson about love will help you find answers. Today, we will explore a fresh perspective on 7 signs that a man has been attracted to you. These are not just empty words, but practical experiences and profound lessons that will change the way you perceive love. Stay with Sophia, because the most surprising and interesting things are still waiting for you ahead. Before we begin, find a quiet place, put on your headphones, and relax your mind. Let the insights in this video help you feel more and fully enjoy every meaningful moment. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Let's go! Number 1. The eyes always search for you. In the world of emotions, sometimes words cannot fully express the inner feelings. But the eyes, the nonverbal language that is incredibly powerful, can reveal everything. If a man is attracted to you, the first thing you easily notice is his eyes. It is not merely a look, but a series of subtle signals that he sends to you, showing care, attention, and even deep inner excitement. The eyes don't know how to lie. A man might not immediately admit that he likes you, but his eyes will automatically betray his true feelings. People can control words, can restrain actions, but it is very hard to hide a gaze when the heart starts beating with emotion. When attracted, he will unconsciously seek you out in the crowd, always watching every gesture and action of yours, sometimes even without realizing it himself. Imagine, you walk into a crowded room, but within seconds, his gaze is fixed on you. That is not a coincidence. It is the natural attraction that feelings bring. A man who cares cannot take his eyes off the person who moves him. No matter how many people are around, his eyes will unconsciously search for you, as if it is an uncontrollable instinct. Different types of gazes revealing emotions. Not every gaze is the same. A man attracted to you will have many different ways of looking, depending on his feelings and the situation. Below are some common types of gazes you might recognize. Hesitant yet yearning gaze. He might look at you and quickly look away when caught. But just after a few seconds, you will see that gaze returning. This is a sign that he is not confident enough to express himself, yet he cannot stop looking at you. Gentle and caring gaze. When conversing, he looks at you with a gentle, warm gaze, not hasty at all. He listens to every word you say, and that look seems to say, "I really care about you." Gaze accompanied by a smile. A fleeting smile when your eyes meet is a clear sign that he likes you. It is a happy look, with a bit of shyness, but full of friendliness. Deep, exploring gaze. Sometimes, you will catch him looking at you for a long time, as if his gaze wants to see right through your soul. This is the gaze of curiosity, mixed with fondness, wanting to understand you more. Why is the gaze such an important sign? The eyes are one of the most powerful communication tools humans possess. According to many psychological studies, when someone is attracted, their pupils dilate, and they unconsciously maintain eye contact longer than usual. This explains why when someone likes you, they constantly seek your gaze. Simply being able to see you makes them feel happy and joyful. Moreover, the eyes show sincerity. A man might say beautiful words, but if his gaze is unfocused and distracted, then that might just be ordinary politeness. On the contrary, if he looks at you intently, without distraction, that shows his attention is genuine. How can you tell if he is looking at you because he is attracted or just being polite? This is a question many wonder about. In fact, a polite gaze is usually just a fleeting look, not prolonged. When a man is simply being courteous, he will look at you while talking, but quickly look away when the conversation ends. Conversely, someone attracted will seek opportunities to look at you even when unnecessary. For example, at a social gathering with friends, while everyone is chatting, you might catch his gaze on you without any obvious reason. Or when you are talking with someone else, he will quietly observe you from afar. A little trick to test his feelings: try turning back to look at him unexpectedly. If he immediately looks away with a bit of embarrassment, that is a sign he has been caught. But if he maintains that gaze, smiling and not avoiding, it is very likely he wants to show you his true feelings. The eyes, the invisible bridge of emotion. What is special about the eyes is that they can create an invisible yet incredibly strong emotional connection between two people. When two people's eyes meet and linger longer than usual, it is not just an ordinary look but a profound connection. Sometimes, just one gaze makes all words seem superfluous. If you notice a man always searching for your gaze, do not overlook it. Who knows, behind that look might be an entire love story quietly blooming. It might be care, an unspoken message, or simply the stirring emotion that he has not yet found a way to express. Finally, the eyes are not only the first sign but also the most sincere indicator that a man is attracted to you. If you frequently catch his gaze seeking you out, it is not a mere coincidence. It is a sign of care, attention, and could also be the beginning of a special relationship. Do not ignore those looks, because who knows, a beautiful love might be waiting for you ahead. What do you think about this? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I am very eager to know your opinions and further discuss. Don't forget to like if you find this content useful and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next insights. Thank you very much. Let's continue together. Number 2. Always wanting to be near you. In the world of romance, it is often said that the distance between two people is not measured in meters or kilometers, but by the care and emotions they share with each other. When a man is attracted to you, the most noticeable thing is that he always finds a way to shorten the distance, not just in physical space but also in the realm of the heart. No matter the circumstance, he wants to be near you, seeking ways to approach you, and that is never a coincidence. Distance speaks volumes. Think back to those gatherings with friends or crowded events you have attended. Among the many people present, did he often try to sit close to you? If, in a crowded room, he always appears by your side, it is not a mere coincidence. It is a choice. He chooses a position near you to easily converse, observe you, and more importantly, so that you can feel his presence. People tend to approach things that excite them and avoid what does not bring comfort. The same applies in love. If a man has no feelings for you, he will not be too concerned about where he sits or stands. But if he is attracted, you will notice him accidentally appearing near you more often than you think. Those are intentional coincidences. Subtle ways he approaches. Not every closeness is expressed clearly or forcefully. Many men will choose the most subtle and natural way to approach so as not to make you feel pressured or awkward. For example, at a meeting, he might sit next to you and join the general conversation, but occasionally turn to ask you something privately to create a personal space for communication. Or when you are chatting with someone else, he will quietly move closer, pretending to listen while actually seeking an opportunity to join the conversation. Sometimes, closeness is also shown through small actions. He may slow his pace when you fall behind your group, walk in step with you during a stroll, or inadvertently bump into you in a natural way. These actions, though small, reveal a great deal about the emotions he feels for you. How to tell it's not just a coincidence? You might wonder, is it just a coincidence? Maybe he just happened to sit near me. Yes, sometimes things happen by chance. But when that accidental occurrence repeats many times, you should ask yourself, if in most situations, he always finds a way to be near you without any special reason, then that is a sign that he wants to close the distance with you. Another way to verify is by observing him when you move. If you change your seat and he quickly finds a way to shift closer, that is a clear signal. Or when people disperse into small groups, he always makes an effort to join the group where you are standing, which shows his care and desire to be with you. Why does he want to be near you? The reason behind that closeness is not just simply wanting to see you more often. When a man is attracted, he wants to feel your energy, to hear your voice more clearly, and most importantly, to build a connection. Being close helps him understand you better, to sense your emotions through every expression, every small gesture. Moreover, being near you gives him the opportunity to create shared memories. Whether it's an unexpected laugh, a glance exchanged while someone is speaking, or just the moment when both are listening to a piece of music, all of these become catalysts for the relationship. What happens when he can't be near you? One of the most noticeable signs when a man cannot be near you is his restlessness and the constant gaze directed towards you. Even if separated by circumstances, he still finds a way to communicate through his eyes or flash a smile from afar. If afterward, he seeks an opportunity to move back near you, that is evidence of the strong attraction he has for you. Sometimes, physical distance helps you verify his feelings clearly. If he does not try to get close again, does not pay attention to you when you are apart, he might just see you as a regular friend. But on the contrary, if he actively shortens the distance whenever possible, that is a sign he does not want to miss the chance to be near you. How should you react when you notice this sign? If you also have feelings for him, do not hesitate to reciprocate that closeness with a smile, a shared conversation, or a harmonious glance. The mutual interaction will help both of you feel more comfortable and natural. However, if you are not sure about your feelings, let things take their natural course. Time will help you see whether that closeness stems from sincerity or is just fleeting. On the other hand, if you do not feel comfortable, maintain your distance tactfully without making him feel awkward. Respecting the feelings of others is important, but your own comfort should also come first. In the end, when a man is attracted to you, he cannot resist the urge to be near you. It is an instinct, a compulsion from emotions that even he sometimes cannot explain. The distance between two people, though minimal, speaks volumes. If you pay close attention, that closeness is not just a physical presence, but also an emotional connection. So next time you meet him, observe whether he accidentally sits next to you, steps closer while chatting, or finds a reason to be by your side. Because sometimes, that closeness is the silent confession he has for you. Number 3. Caring about the smallest things about you. In love, grand gestures or flowery words are sometimes not the true measure of care. What makes the heart flutter often comes from the small, simple details that not everyone notices. When a man is attracted to you, he will care about every tiny detail of your life, those things that others often overlook. This attention to seemingly trivial matters is clear evidence of the affection he has for you. The things others overlook, he pays attention to. Have you ever been surprised when someone remembers your favorite dish, knows that you prefer your coffee without sugar, or notices that you have changed your hairstyle? If that man frequently notices even the smallest changes in you, it proves that he is giving you special attention. This care is not only shown by noticing external changes but also in the way he remembers what you say. Perhaps in a casual conversation, you once mentioned that you enjoy watching the sunset or are fond of a particular movie. Many people might forget right after, but he remembers. Then, when given the opportunity, he might unexpectedly invite you to watch the sunset or gift you something related to the movie you like. That is not a coincidence, but a sign of care stemming from genuine emotion. Questions that show genuine care. A man attracted to you will not stop at small talk like "How are you today?" or "What are your plans for the weekend?" He will ask more profound questions related to your life, interests, and emotions. For example, how is your work going lately? I remember you mentioned you had an important project. Last time you said you liked that new restaurant nearby. Shall we try it this weekend? Have you been feeling any better? The other day you mentioned you were a bit tired. These kinds of questions show that he not only listens but also remembers and cares about your feelings, health, and interests. It is care that comes from the heart, not just superficial inquiries. Noticing the little details that carry deep meaning. There are tiny things that you might not even pay attention to, but he remembers them carefully. It could be the way you twirl your hair when you're anxious, the way you close your eyes when you listen to music, or the way you smile brightly when eating your favorite dish. He notices because those details help him understand you better, so he can find ways to make you happy or help you feel more comfortable. For example, if you once complained about forgetting to bring your water bottle to work, don't be surprised if one day he shows up with a new water bottle for you. Or when you mention that you haven't been sleeping well lately, he might send you a gentle music playlist to help you sleep. These small actions warm your heart because they are acts of care born from understanding. It's not just about words, he also acts. Caring is not only shown in words but also through actions. A man attracted to you will not sit idly by when he knows you are having difficulties. He will find ways to help, even in the smallest matters. If you mention that you are having trouble with your computer, he will be willing to spend time helping. If he knows you are stressed from work, he might invite you for a walk or a chat to help you unwind. True care does not need to be showy, it lies in patience and sincerity. He is ready to listen to you vent after a long day, remembers every detail of the stories you share, and takes the time to be by your side when you need him. That is the clearest evidence of affection that no words can fully express. Why do the little things matter so much? Have you ever wondered why such small actions can touch the heart so deeply? It is because paying attention to the minutiae requires special care. As the saying goes, when you care about someone, their world becomes a part of your own. He cares about the little things, not because they are important on their own, but because you are important to him. Moreover, the little details are a mirror reflecting sincerity. A person might easily do grand things in an instant, but to maintain attention to the trivialities over a long period shows genuine emotion. It is his way of showing you that, to him, you are a vital part of his life. What should you do when you notice this sign? If you realize that he always pays attention to even the smallest details about you, take a moment to reflect on your own feelings. If you also have feelings for him, do not hesitate to reciprocate his care with similar gestures. A thank you, a question in return about his life, or simply listening can be enough for him to feel appreciated. However, if you are still uncertain about your own feelings, let everything unfold naturally. Sometimes, genuine care will help you see who is truly worthy of cherishing in life. Finally, paying attention to the little things is not something everyone can do, especially in today's busy world. If there is a man who always notices the trivial details of your life, remembers every story you tell, and silently does things to make you happy, that is not by chance. It is a sign that you hold a special place in his heart. Sometimes love does not require extravagant declarations or expensive gifts. It only requires someone patient enough to listen to your endless stories, subtle enough to notice you changed your hairstyle, or caring enough to ask after you when you're tired. Because sometimes, loving someone is not about doing grand things, but about not overlooking the smallest details about them. If you're still watching until this moment, feel free to comment the word "continue." Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I am very eager to hear your opinions, and don't forget to like and subscribe so that Sophia has more motivation to create more meaningful and interesting videos. Let's continue together. Number 4. Always finding ways to impress. In love, when a man is attracted to someone, he does not just stop at caring or listening. Another clear sign you can easily notice is that he always finds ways to impress you. This is not only a desire to attract attention, but also a way for him to showcase his own value and hope to secure a special place in your heart. Why does he want to impress? It is human nature to want to stand out before the person one likes. When attracted to you, that man will try his best to show you his best qualities. He wants you to know that he is reliable, interesting, and worthy of your attention. This could be demonstrated through his words, actions, or even his style of dress. This display is not only stemming from the desire to win you over, but also from a natural need in relationships. When you like someone, everyone wants to become better in that person's eyes. The man who is trying to impress you is truly hoping to capture your attention and be appreciated by you. Common ways he uses to impress. Showing off his talent and achievements. One of the most common ways that men use to impress is by showing you their capabilities and achievements. He may talk about his successful projects at work, interesting trips he has taken, or special skills he possesses. He is not bragging, but rather he wants you to see that he can be a solid support, someone you can trust and admire. Sometimes, this display is very subtle. For example, when you encounter difficulties, he will quickly offer solutions or be ready to help without you having to ask. He wants to prove that, by his side, you will always feel safe and protected. Taking extra care of his appearance when meeting you. Have you noticed that every time he meets you, he dresses more neatly than usual? That is a sign that he is trying to create a good impression with his looks. Even if he is not someone who always pays attention to his clothing, when standing before the one he likes, a man also wants to look well-groomed and elegant. This does not only stop at clothes but is also reflected in his choice of cologne, hairstyle, or even the way he stands and sits when talking to you. All of these are intended to make you feel that he is attractive and noteworthy. Telling humorous or interesting stories. A man attracted to you will always want to make you laugh. He may tell humorous stories, add a touch of wit in his speech, or share interesting experiences to create a joyful atmosphere. Your smile is the greatest reward for those efforts to impress. Not only limited to humor, he will also try to share something profound and inspiring. Sometimes, a simple story containing meaningful lessons that he wants to convey helps you feel closer and more connected to him. Participating in your activities. If he knows you like sports, reading, or traveling, do not be surprised when he accidentally participates in those activities as well. That is his way of creating common ground to easily approach and impress you. When you have shared interests, the distance between the two of you will be reduced, and he hopes that through these shared experiences, your relationship will become closer. Moreover, his actively participating in the things you love also shows respect and care for your world. He not only wants to know about you, but also wishes to become a part of your life. Expressing his care through unexpected gestures. Sometimes, impressing does not require grand actions. A man attracted to you will find ways to create small but meaningful surprises. It could be bringing you your favorite drink, sending a good morning message, or quietly helping when you face difficulties. These actions, though simple, have a strong impact. They show that he is thinking about you, caring about your feelings, and wants to be the one to bring joy to you. How to know that it's a special impression just for you? You might ask yourself, does he treat everyone this way? To recognize this, pay attention to how he behaves with others. If he only gives special attention and consistently tries to impress when he is by your side, that is a sign that you are the one he is targeting. In addition, the eyes are also an important factor. When telling stories or trying to impress, does he look at you intently to see your reaction? If the answer is yes, then he is very concerned about your feelings and thoughts. What should you do when you notice this sign? If you also have feelings for him, do not hesitate to reciprocate these efforts. A compliment, a smile, or empathy when he shares will help both of you feel more comfortable and closer. Show him that you appreciate the efforts he is making for you. On the other hand, if you are not ready or do not share the same feelings, respond in a tactful and sensitive way. No one wants their efforts to be ignored, but also do not let him misunderstand if you do not intend to go further. Finally, the fact that a man is always finding ways to impress you is not a coincidence. It is a sign that he is truly attracted and wants to stand out in your eyes. These efforts, whether big or small, all stem from the desire to capture your attention and be appreciated by you. Sometimes love does not require direct confessions, but is shown through silent actions. If you notice that he is trying to impress you, listen to your heart and make the decision that is right for you. Because perhaps, after those efforts, a sincere love is waiting to be reciprocated. Number 5. Quietly jealous. Jealousy is one of the most natural expressions of affection. When a man is attracted to and has feelings for you, he cannot help but feel uneasy or uncomfortable when he sees you being close or giving attention to someone else. However, not everyone expresses jealousy overtly. Most men, when they like someone, tend to be quietly jealous, discreetly so, but if you are perceptive, you can completely recognize it. Quiet jealousy is a sign that he truly cares and is afraid of losing the opportunity to be with you. This is a very natural feeling, but is hidden behind a calm, indifferent appearance. So how can you tell when a man is quietly jealous? Let's find out. Why do men become quietly jealous when they like you? Unlike women, who often easily express their emotions, men tend to hide their jealousy. The reason is that they do not want to be seen as weak, childish, or controlling. Especially when the relationship between the two is not clearly defined, he is even more reluctant to reveal excessive emotions that might make you feel pressured. However, even if he tries to hide it, his emotions always find a way to leak out through his actions, words, and glances. He is quietly jealous, not because he lacks confidence, but because he truly cares and wants to maintain a special place in your heart. The fear that someone else might take away your attention is unavoidable as feelings deepen. Signs that he is quietly jealous. Changing his attitude when you mention other men. If he is cheerful, but suddenly becomes silent or his attitude turns cold when you mention another man, that is a clear sign of jealousy. He might not directly ask or express his feelings, but you will notice a subtle change in his reaction. For example, when you talk about a male colleague or an ex-boyfriend, he might become quiet, change the subject, or make offhand remarks such as, "Does he help you a lot? He seems to be very close to you, doesn't he?" These seemingly normal remarks actually hide concern mixed with a bit of worry. Always paying attention when you are around other men. At gatherings with friends or crowded events, pay attention to whether his eyes frequently turn towards you when you are talking with another man. Even if he tries to appear indifferent, he still secretly watches, observing every gesture and word exchanged between you and the other person. If you are laughing and having fun with someone else, he might become quieter, occasionally interrupting the conversation in a subtle way, or even finding an excuse to pull you aside. This is a manifestation of the jealousy he cannot hide. Subtly testing your emotions. Another way to notice quiet jealousy is when he begins to test you with questions or suggestive situations. He might pretend to ask offhand, but in reality, he is probing your feelings about someone else. For example, "I see that guy also cares about you, don't you think? If someone else flirts with you, would you care?" These questions are not only out of curiosity, but also reflect the anxiety he is trying to hide. He wants to know his position in your heart and whether anyone else is threatening the relationship between you. Trying to prove himself when a rival appears. When you mention or interact with another man, he might suddenly switch to impress mode to assert his position. He will talk about his achievements, display his sense of humor, or actively offer to help you more. The goal is for you to pay attention to him rather than the other person. This stems from the instinct to compete in love. He does not want to be overshadowed and wants to show you that he is more worthy than anyone else, offering advice or warnings that seem overly caring. Sometimes, quiet jealousy is disguised as advice. He might say that he is worried about you when you get too close to someone. "I just don't want people to misunderstand you, better be careful. I heard that guy isn't so great, you should keep your distance." Although it is presented as concern, behind it lies an uneasiness when he sees you being close to someone else. He does not want you to think that he is jealous, so he chooses to express his concern in the most subtle way. Why is quiet jealousy so endearing? When expressed in moderation, jealousy is a sweet part of love. It shows that he truly cares and is afraid of losing you. Quiet jealousy proves that he is mature enough not to make you feel controlled, yet he cannot hide his true emotions. What is admirable here is that he chooses to restrain himself rather than getting angry or putting pressure on you. He wants you to be happy, but also cannot avoid feeling a little anxious, especially when someone else comes close to you. It is a blend of love, care, and a touch of natural selfishness. What should you do when you notice this sign? If you have feelings for him too, do not hesitate to reassure him with small gestures like a compliment, a sympathetic glance, or special attention towards him when others are around. This will help him feel more at ease, without having to hide his emotions. On the other hand, if you do not share the same feelings, maintain a reasonable distance while still respecting his concern. Do not tease or deliberately make him more jealous, as that might cause unnecessary hurt and misunderstanding. In the end, a man's quiet jealousy is one of the clear signs that he is truly attracted and cares about you. Even if he tries to hide it, his emotions will leak out through his glances, words, and actions. The important thing is for you to be perceptive enough to recognize and respond appropriately, because sometimes love is most clearly expressed through the unspoken. Listen to your own feelings and observe his subtle signals, because perhaps behind that silence and those worried glances is a sincere love waiting for you to reciprocate. Number 6. Always initiating contact with you. In the modern world, when communication becomes easy with just a tap on the phone, a man taking the initiative to contact you is not something too extraordinary. However, when a man is always the one to text, call, or find ways to keep in touch with you in every circumstance, it is a clear sign that you are not just an ordinary person in his eyes. The initiative in communication is proof of his care, longing, and desire to be a part of your life. Whether it's a good morning message, an evening call to check in, or just idle chit-chat, all of it stems from the wish to maintain a presence in your mind. Why is initiating contact a sign of attraction? When a man does not have special feelings, he won't spend time and effort texting or calling just to say trivial things. But when he is attracted to you, the need to converse, to be heard, and to know what you are doing becomes stronger than ever. This initiative is not only a way to maintain a connection, but also his way of showing you, "I am here and I care about you." Frequent contact also creates more opportunities to get closer, understand you more deeply, and most importantly, prevent anyone else from stealing a place in your heart. Signs of initiating contact when he is attracted to you. Always being the one to start a conversation. Have you noticed that most conversations between the two of you start with him? Whether it's during a busy morning or late at night after a long day, he never forgets to text and ask how you are doing. These can be simple messages like, "How are you today? Have you had lunch? Remember to eat on time. Are you free tonight? Let's watch that movie you like." These messages aren't necessarily because there is something important to discuss, they are simply his way of keeping the connection alive, ensuring that the distance between you never grows too wide. Finding every reason to talk to you. Sometimes, he will come up with seemingly casual reasons just to start a conversation. "I'm looking for a good coffee shop, any suggestions? Do you know any place that makes this dish well? I'd like to try it. Yesterday, you mentioned that movie, I watched it. It was great. These kinds of questions may not always require an important answer, but they are his way of extending the conversation. He hopes that from a small question, the two of you can exchange many more interesting things. Always responding quickly when you contact him. A caring man won't leave you waiting long when you text or call. If he always replies to your messages within a short time, even when he is busy, it is a sign that he prioritizes you over many other things in his life. Quick responses not only demonstrate respect but also a desire to keep the conversation flowing, ensuring that communication isn't interrupted. He fears that if he responds slowly, you might lose interest or think that he doesn't care. Taking the initiative to call when texting isn't enough to convey emotion. Text messages may be convenient, but sometimes they are not enough to convey true emotion. If he takes the initiative to call, especially at the end of the day to check in or share the events of his day, it is a sign that he wants to connect with you on a deeper level. The voice is the most genuine form of communication. When he hears your voice, he not only feels closer to you, but can also understand your emotions through every word and breath. This shows that he doesn't just want to chat but to communicate with emotion with you. Sending just checking in messages. Another sign of his care is when he sends messages with no specific purpose other than wanting to know what you are doing, where you are, and if you are okay. For example, did you go anywhere today? You seem to be busy these days, I noticed you're rarely online. I just listened to this song and suddenly thought of you. These seemingly trivial messages, however, carry deep care. He doesn't want you to feel bothered, but he simply can't help but think of you and wants to be updated on your situation. Taking the initiative to arrange a meetup or suggest a get-together. Sometimes, texting or calling isn't enough, so he finds a way to suggest a meeting. Are you free this weekend? Let's go have some coffee. I just discovered a new restaurant, want to try it with me? It's been a while, let's meet up for a chat. Taking the initiative to arrange a meetup shows that he not only wants to stay in touch over the phone but also wants to create real memories with you. It is an important step when a man wants the relationship to progress further. Why does he always initiate contact? There are many reasons why he continually seeks to connect with you. He misses you. When he likes someone, not being in touch makes him feel empty and longing. He is afraid of missing an opportunity. If he doesn't maintain contact, he fears that someone else might take the position he is trying to build. He wants to know you better. Communication is the bridge that helps him discover your true self, understand your interests, habits, and emotions. His feelings are deepening. As emotions grow, the need to share and be present in your life increases. How should you respond when you notice this sign? If you also have feelings for him, respond to his initiative by joining the conversation comfortably. A simple message like, "You always make sure to check in on me, thank you. I'm really happy to talk with you too." These responses will not only reassure him but also encourage his genuine care. On the other hand, if you do not share the same feelings, choose to respond tactfully to avoid any misunderstandings. Don't be too cold, but also do not give false hope if you don't want the relationship to progress further. Finally, initiating contact is not something that naturally appears in every relationship. If a man is always finding ways to text, call, arrange meetups, and maintain a connection despite being busy, it is a clear sign that you are important to him. It is not just simple care, but a desire to be present in your life, to share your joys and sorrows, and to be that special person in your heart. Sometimes, love is expressed through the simplest yet warmest actions, and initiating contact is one of them. If you feel the sincerity behind those texts and calls, cherish it, because not everyone will give you such persistent care. Number 7. Actions of protecting and caring for you. In love, words can be easily spoken, but actions are the clearest evidence of genuine care and affection. When a man is attracted to and has feelings for you, He not only listens and shows care through words but also demonstrates it through actions of protection and care, sometimes very small, yet warm and sincere. The acts of protecting and caring do not necessarily have to be grand or ostentatious gestures. They can be as simple as him offering his jacket to you when it's cold, shielding you in a crowd, or simply reminding you to eat and rest on time. These seemingly small acts are powerful signs that he holds you in an important place in his heart. Why do men express their feelings through protecting and caring? It is a man's instinct when in love to want to be a solid support for the person he cares about. They feel happy when they can shelter, help, and ensure that you are always safe and comfortable by their side. Protecting and caring is not only a responsibility but also a way for him to prove his feelings. When a man loves you, he cannot ignore it when you face difficulties or feel tired. He will find every way to help, even if it is only small acts like carrying your bag, reminding you to take an umbrella when it's about to rain, or being ready to drive you wherever you need. These actions do not require any promises or expectations of repayment, simply, he feels joy when he sees you cared for and safe. Specific signs of protection and care. Always paying attention to your safety. One of the clearest signs of care is when he always pays attention to your safety. Whether it is when walking on the street, he will automatically walk on the outer side to shield you from traffic, or when crossing the road, he gently pulls you back to ensure you are not in danger. When walking together in a crowd, he will try to stay close so that he does not lose sight of you. When riding a motorcycle, he carefully checks the helmet, the speed, and frequently asks, "Are you cold?" or "Are you comfortable?" These seemingly simple questions show that he always places your safety first. Caring for you when you are tired or unwell. You may have experienced days filled with stress, fatigue from work, or minor illness. If he is the first to ask about you and is willing to find ways to help you feel better, that is a sign not to be overlooked. He might bring you a cup of hot tea, remind you to take your medicine on time, or simply sit beside you and listen as you vent. If you fall ill, he does not hesitate to visit, bring you congee, medicine, or take meticulous care of you. Not everyone is willing to devote their time and energy to care for another's health unless you truly matter to them. Shielding you in difficult or dangerous situations. In unexpected or uncomfortable situations, he will be the one who steps in to protect you. For example, when someone says something unkind about you, he will speak up in your defense. If you feel lost among a group of strangers, he will try to pull you into the conversation so that you do not feel abandoned. These actions not only demonstrate his gallantry but also stem from his instinct to protect the one he loves from anything that might upset or hurt you. Always attending to your emotions and well-being. Besides taking care of your physical safety, he also pays attention to your emotions. If you are sad, worried, or going through a rough time, he will be the first to notice even before you speak up. He will inquire, try to make you smile, or simply stay by your side to offer comfort. Even when you say nothing, he can sense the change in your eyes, tone, or gestures. That is when he truly cares and wants to be the person you can lean on when needed. Willing to help you in everyday life. There are small tasks in daily life that you may be able to handle on your own, but he still wants to help. It might be fixing something that is broken, carrying a heavy bag for you, or helping you solve minor problems. He does it not for recognition, but because he does not want you to struggle. Being ready to help shows that he is not only caring through words, but also willing to act to make your life easier. He is happy to see you comfortable and content, knowing that he can be of assistance. Why are these acts of protection and care so cherished? In love, no one is obligated to do anything. Therefore, when a man is willing to spend time and effort to care for, protect, and look after you, it shows that his feelings for you are genuine. These actions come straight from the heart, without the need for ostentation or expecting anything in return. Sometimes, it is the small gestures, like ensuring you get home safely, reminding you to eat, or quietly worrying about you when you're down, that touch the heart more than extravagant declarations of love. True affection is not found in far-off promises or expensive gifts, but is shown through every simple yet sincere action. How should you respond when you notice this sign? If you also have feelings for him, do not hesitate to show your appreciation and reciprocate his care. A heartfelt thank you, a smile, or a gesture of care in return will make him feel that his efforts are recognized. You can also share your feelings with him when you are cared for, which will help both of you become closer and more connected. If you are unsure about your own feelings, let things unfold naturally. Do not take advantage of his care, but also do not hastily reject him if you are not yet clear about your emotions. Sometimes, time will help you realize who is truly worthy of your affection. Finally, the actions of protecting and caring are among the clearest signs that a man is attracted to you and genuinely cares about you. Even without words, through every small gesture, he is trying to show you, "I want you to always be safe and happy by my side." Love does not require too many far-off promises. Sometimes it only needs someone patient enough to listen, subtle enough to notice what you need, and sincere enough to always be there when you do. If you can feel the protection and care from a man, cherish it, because it is evidence of genuine affection that comes straight from the heart. Conclusion. In the journey of understanding and exploring the feelings a man has for you, the 7 signs above are the clearest and most genuine proofs. When a man is attracted to you, he does not only express it through words, but also through tender glances, closeness, attention to even the smallest details about you. He finds every way to impress, shows quiet jealousy when someone else appears, always takes the initiative to keep in touch, and most importantly, protects and cares for you through the simplest acts in life. True love does not lie in grand promises or expensive gifts. Sometimes, a lingering glance in a crowd, a small caring gesture, or silent acts of protection are the most profound evidences of sincere and deep love. If you notice that a man exhibits 3 or more of these signs, it is very likely that he truly has special feelings for you. The important thing is to listen to your heart and feel what he is showing. Do not rush to conclusions if you are not sure, but also do not miss the opportunity when you sense his sincerity. After all, in love, the most precious person is the one who always quietly cares, worries, and is ready to be your steadfast support whenever you need. Let your feelings guide you, and who knows, behind those subtle signs might be a sincere love waiting for you to reciprocate. Thank you all for spending time watching today's video. I hope these insights about love and the lessons from this video help you gain fresh perspectives and find resonance. If you found the video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with those around you. Each of us has our own stories about love, and I am very happy to explore them with you. See you in the next videos. Wishing you a wonderful day filled with love.